Today, we're going to talk about customer discovery. We're going to talk about some of the main questions that I would recommend you take a look at when you're first kicking off, right? When you don't really know what to ask your customer, when it feels like you know they have a problem, but you don't really know how to dig into it, and when you're just trying to do some good old fashioned discovery. Again, this is not about validating a problem. This is about really looking at the customer, asking good questions, trying to find details, and looking for everything surrounding the problem that you can potentially look to solve. These are all the areas of value that can really drive your processes, your business thinking, your solution building so much further and so much faster. So let's talk about the 5 questions. So first and foremost, what's the hardest part? Now, the reason we ask for the hardest part is for one main reason, because we want to know the core pain point. It's very easy to get distracted at one of 15 pain points that are relevant to a problem. However, there more than likely is one problem or one specific area of the problem that's driving most of the frustration, that's driving most of the anger or resentment or issues using the problem or using the solution or getting the job done, getting the task done, whatever it is that's relevant to your specific business. How can you drive to the center of the bullseye of what that problem is? Second is tell me about the last time that you encountered this problem. Now, we ask this for one very specific reason: details. We do not care that you vaguely are frustrated with a piece of software. We do not care that food selecting for dinners that are upcoming is a vague challenge that you have to deal with. We care that last Thursday you wanted to cook a meal and you couldn't decide what to do. So what was the process you went through? How'd you think about it? Who were you talking to? What was the situation? How many people were you cooking for? Big questions that just feed the details, that give you information and places to dig in more and more and more so that you can come to a really fulsome understanding of the problem that you're trying to solve and the customer that you're trying to solve who has that problem. Next, you get into why is it hard? Now, the why is important, again, for one main reason, because you're looking to solve the why. Why is this is inefficient? Why is this is confusing? Why is I feel lost? Why gives you some direction that, hey, this is the main problem. Here are the details surrounding it. And now I understand why this problem is a problem. It's not just that it's one, but I need to understand the why, because more often than not, if I can simply fix the why, if I can make my adjustments there, I have a valid business, or at least I have a valid solution to the problem that you're initially describing. Next is, what have you done to try and solve the problem? Now, more often than not, people just don't sit around and have problems. They make attempts. They try softwares that aren't made for their end need. They try products that don't really fit quite well, but they make do. So by learning what they're trying to do, you can almost learn what you need to facilitate, right? You can learn what are the best ways I can go about solving this because the customer's already guiding my attention, and all I have to do is stay focused, keep my ears open, and listen. I just have to listen to them and really try and facilitate actions or processes or steps, whatever it might be, that they're already more than likely trying to do themselves. And last but not least is, what don't you love about the solutions that you've tried? It's hard to get people to do things. It's hard to get people to go on jogs. It's hard to get people to take courses that they paid for. It's hard to get people to show up on time. So the idea that you're just going to build something that people want off the bat is, it's a big ask. It's a big challenge. So figuring out what they're already doing to solve their problem and then going, what is it that doesn't allow this to be 100% solution? What is it that leaves room for innovation, room for, hey, this works okay, which is like a 3 out of 5. How can I turn this 3 out of 5 into a 6 out of 5, a 5 out of 5, whatever you want it to be? How can you drive that forward? And what are you getting out of this? You get areas of focus. You get a place to direct your attention and a place for you to go, okay, they've got this core pain point. Here's the information around it. Here's the why of the problem we need to solve. Here's what they've done to solve it so far. And now I'm going to dial in on what they've done to solve it and how I can feed that through the flow to really make sure my solution delivers on what they're looking for. Customer discovery is a long process. It's something that never is really done because you should always be looking to engage your customer, learn more from them, figure out a way to make their lives, their engagement, their day-to-day work, that much better. But really it comes down to how well can you listen to them? How well can you facilitate an active and engaged dialogue? And of course, where are their problems and how can you work day by day to solve them? So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something helpful and are able to put some of this into practice. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you in the next video.